Order the study session of the Lakewood City Council of April 6, 2015. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Murphy?
Here.
Shakti? Kellen? Johnson?
Here.
Wickman? Paul? Harrison?
Here.
Quinn?
Here.
Coop?
Here.
Fairway?
Here.
Royball?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. This is a night we look forward to every year. In a moment, we're gonna hear from a couple of very talented young musicians as part of our annual Lakewood Sister Cities Music Scholar Exchange program. Before we start out, I did want to mention an agenda change tonight for anybody that's tuning in for the express purpose of hearing about the marijuana home grow and caregiver proposal to deal with that kind of isolated but important situation. That's going to be postponed. City Attorney Tim Cox is ill, could not be here. He was just briefly was in the emergency room last night. He's going to be fine, but he's not going to be fine for several days. So pending notice of when he gets back in the saddle, so to speak, we'll look at a time to reschedule that. But without Tim here, we simply couldn't do it, and there wasn't enough time this morning to brief anyone else on it, on making the preparations. So apologies for anybody that's tuning in for that, but we will address it at in the relatively near future. So with that, let's go on to the two things that we have tonight. We'll have some proclamations for the two young folks that are here, and then we'll have a presentation we'll have a performance and then a presentation on the community block grants. So as I always, one of the pleasures of this job is getting to meet these very talented and worldly young musicians that come perform for us every year. Had the opportunity to do that today. Rebecca Maritsky is back. She was our exchange scholar in 2013, if I remember right, 2 years ago. And Nick Bradley is here from England. And it's just remarkable to spend a good part of the morning and a nice long luncheon visiting with these and getting to know these folks. I'll tell a quick story about each one of them very quick. So Nick, you're 19, right? So Nick is, as you're going to hear, is a very talented musician, but he is also studying to be a theoretical physicist. Now, as I said at lunch, that to me defines a Renaissance man. So that's a broad range. I congratulate you for. I happened to sit next to Rebecca at lunch, and we talked about a lot of things, but I learned something new from Rebecca, and she's going to start laughing here. But she taught me a new word, and I'm going to try it, and then you correct me, all right? She taught the mayor a new word, and the word is Hippopotam monstrosas. I was going to get to. I practiced this too. Sesquipedaliophobia. Now, how do you really say it?
Hippopotam monstrosas squipedaliophobia.
All right. What do you think that word means?
Fear of big words.
Fear of long words. Right. So that was one of many things I learned at lunch today. So for that, I thank you. I love words, and that was a good one. All right, I'm going to go down to the podium. We're going to do some. We're going to honor Nick and Rebecca with a couple of proclamations, and then we're going to hear a couple of great performances. Nick, since you're our guest, from across the seas, why don't you come here first? And I believe Council President Karen Harrison, despite her recent cough, is going to try to get through this one.
I have a backup in tow here just in
Good.
case. So, recognizing Nicholas Bradley, Lakewood, Chester Cities Sister Cities Music Scholar Exchange Program representing Chester, England, whereas at 14 years old, Nicholas achieved the distinction of saxophone ranking with 100% and was subsequently awarded an exhibition from Trinity Guildhall for achieving the best mark internationally in any graded examination for 2010. And whereas Nicholas is also a gifted singer, are you going to perform? and pianist, has received an advanced certificate in singing last year. He plays and sings with the Imperial College Big Band and has joined the acclaimed a cappella group, I still think you should perform tonight, the Tectonics, and will be touring the East Coast of the United States this summer. And whereas Nicholas is currently an Ash Music Scholar and President's Undergraduate Scholar at Imperial College London, where he is reading physics with theoretical physics. I have no idea what that even means. Hats off to you, Nicholas. He is taught at the Royal College of Music in South Kensington, and whereas after attaining his master's degree in physics, Nicholas plans to do a postgraduate degree in singing, and whereas as the winner of the Lakewood Chester Cities Sister Cities, say that fast 3 times, Music Scholar Exchange Program for 2015, Nicholas is delighted to have the opportunity to perform for an American audience. Now, therefore, on behalf of the City Council and the residents of Lakewood, I, Bob Murphy, Mayor of the City of Lakewood, Colorado, by virtue of the authority vested in me, do hereby recognize the Lakewood Chester Sister Cities Music Exchange Scholar, Nicholas Bradley, and extend our best wishes to him during his visit to Lakewood this April and throughout his musical career. Given under my hand and seal of the City of Lakewood this 6th day of April, 2015, Bob Murphy, Mayor.
Congratulations and welcome. Rebecca. Rebecca's a veteran at this.
Okay,
I handed her one of those commemorative All-America coins today, and
cool.
she has bookends now. That's just
All right. Or earrings, one of the
Earrings.
other. You know, you
Earrings.
could earrings, see? Now you've got it. Recognizing Rebecca Maritsky, Lakewood Chester Sister Cities Music Scholar Exchange Program, representing Lakewood, Colorado, whereas Rebecca is a second-time winner of the Lakewood Chester Sister Cities Music Scholar Exchange Program, having won in 2013 and 2015. And whereas Rebecca has been playing harp for 15 years, how did you fit when you were little on that harp?
A much smaller harp.
Okay, thank you. And played as one of the 6 harpists during the opening concert at the Ellie Calkins Opera House in 2005. She also was featured on the Competitive Edge television show premiere, a program focusing on successful teens in Colorado. And whereas Rebecca is a graduate of the University of Denver with a bachelor's degree in music performance, she performs with the Lakewood Symphony Orchestra, the Denver Philharmonic Orchestra, and has played with the Metropolitan State University Orchestra. And whereas Rebecca has toured Germany and the Czech Republic with the Denver Young Artist Orchestra, and her harp performances have taken her around the Denver metro area and to New York, Utah, and the World Harp Congress in Vancouver, British Columbia, and in 2014 to Italy, France, and Spain. Well traveled. Now, therefore, on behalf of the City Council and the residents of Lakewood, I, Bob Murphy, Mayor of the City of Lakewood of Colorado, by virtue of the authority vested in me, do hereby recognize the Lakewood Chester Sisters City Music Exchange Scholar. I give up. I'm glad this is the last one. Rebecca Maritsky, and extend our best wishes to her during her second exchange visit to Chester and throughout her musical career. Given under my hand and seal of the City of Lakewood this 6th day of April, 2015, Bob Murphy, Mayor.
Rebecca, once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
And now, I don't know if you guys are drawing straws or, as you suggested earlier, paper, rock, and scissors, but looks like Nick is going to lead us off.
Excuse me, Mayor. Would you mind if Rebecca's mom came up here and took a picture with Nicholas?
They're certainly free to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to come up and take a picture up here?
Oh, let's go on with the performances. You can come on back here if you like.
Take it from the front, you mean?
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't clear on the request.
Okay, you ready?
One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That is one cool cat. Thank you, Nick. Rebecca. Rebecca, thank you again, and good luck to you during your exchange, which is June, as I recall. It's coming up in a couple of months. I was thinking as you were playing portions of that, we should think about maybe hiring Rebecca to soothe us during some of these long council meetings that we have from time to time in chambers. Thank you very much. We'll give you a couple minutes to, if you would like, to kind of get the equipment going there. I know that's a large harp. Nick, thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your stay in Colorado, and I know you'll be back visiting the States soon. Thank you again. All right, let's move on with item 4, which is a presentation of the Community Development Block Grants. Is that going to be Amy? Come on down.
Can I just say that that's a very hard act to follow. Not fair.
You'll do fine.
Good evening, Amy Dieknicker with the city's planning department. I'm an associate planner, and I also manage the community development block grant in the comprehensive planning and research division. So tonight I'm here to present the Lakewood 2015 through 2019 consolidated plan and the annual action plan for the community development block grant program. But first I'm going to just give a little bit of background about the federal grant program before I get into the actual projects that are proposed. The Community Development Block Grant, or the CDBG program, was first enacted in 1974 and it was taken from the Housing and Community Development Act. It is the longest running federal program of its kind. It was developed through a bipartisan effort to address issues of affordable housing, poverty, and blight. CDBG grew out of the consolidation of these 8 categorical programs under which communities competed nationally for community development funds. CDBG is a federal grant program that is administered by the Department of Housing and Urban Development directly to Lakewood, and it's managed by the city's Comprehensive Planning and Research Division. Federal funds are allocated to states, counties, and cities to be spent locally, either through local jurisdictional efforts and programs or by nonprofits to address local housing and community development needs. Lakewood has received CDBG funds since the beginning of the program in 1974, and we receive approximately $900,000 annually. Over the past 14 years, as most of us know, a reduction in CDBG funding has occurred throughout the country. This is a grant showing the CDBG grant allocations for Lakewood in red and Jefferson County in blue. The green line illustrates the reduction of federal HUD home grant funds, which Jefferson County now administers for the entire county as well as the city of Lakewood. All CDBG funded projects must either benefit a low and moderate income individuals, it needs to reduce or eliminate slum or blight, or address an urgent community need. In Lakewood, approximately 90% of our funding addresses the first objective, which is to help those of low and moderate income. Grant funds can be used for projects if they are located within a census block where the majority of the households are considered to be low income, and we refer to these areas as the CDBG target areas in Lakewood. Otherwise, funds are used directly to directly assist with households that are earning a lower income. In Lakewood, a family of 4 earning less than $64,000 would qualify as a low-income family. And this slide just illustrates some of the activities that can be funded with CDBGs and those that cannot. As you can see, maintenance, regular city functions, purchasing of large construction equipment, political activities, and new housing constructions is not eligible to be used with CDBG dollars. This is a list of some previously funded Lakewood CDBG projects. Some of these are ongoing throughout the years and others are one-time projects. Usually when I'm here, I'm telling you all about the projects that we're going to fund, and I don't get to tell you all the good stuff that we do. So I wanted to include this slide of some of the accomplishments in 2013. Over 1,500 people participated in one or more of our self-sufficiency programs through Metro West Housing Solutions. 45 children were provided tuition assistance for Lakewood Head Start program. 16 single-family homes received rehabilitation grant dollars to perform some essential improvements to their homes. And 729 low-income students were provided one-time tuition assistance for the Colorado Outdoor Lab summer program through the Jefferson County School District. So tonight I am here to present the 2015 through 2019 Consolidated Plan, and this is Lakewood's guiding document for the CDBG program throughout the next 5 years. HUD requires that all communities receiving Community Development Block Grant funds understand and identify the greatest needs and housing and community development needs that exist within the community. Once those needs are identified, each community must outline how those needs will be addressed over the next 5 years. Lakewood hired BBC Consulting and Research to assist us in the consolidated planning process. This consisted of gathering data, holding interviews with housing and social service agencies, neighborhood groups, and community meetings, and eventually helping to draft the plan. From that process, 3 main needs were identified. That is neighborhood improvements to target area neighborhoods. Examples would be sidewalks, parks, neighborhood cleanup events, housing rehabilitation and improvements that can be done to single-family or multifamily structures, and supportive services for low-income and special needs people, and that's seniors, disabled, homeless folks, as an example. All CDBG-funded projects proposed over the next 5 years must address one of these community needs. And included in the consolidated plan is the 2015 action plan, and that outlines the projects and funding levels for the upcoming 2015 year. The program year runs June 1st, 2015 through May 31st, 2016. And the action plan serves as Lakewood's annual CDBG application to HUD. Total resources include the 2015 Community Development Block Grant and program income, which is money received from repayment of the loans through our single-family housing rehabilitation program. We've also included a $31,000 reserve from our 2014 grant, which will be used to pay for new playground equipment at Ritchie Park. So the total resources this year is $921,635. The following is a list of the 2015 projects. We have our Section 108 loan repayment, and that's budgeted for payment of the Section 108 loan, which helped to fund the improvements to Ray Ross Park and the Head Start facility on 11th and Lamar. And a Section 108 loan, for those of you that are not familiar, is a loan through HUD where we borrow against our future CDBG allocations. The Metro West Housing Solutions Self-Sufficiency Program, that is a program where Metro West tenants are able to participate in lots of education and after-school programs, nutrition programs, self-sufficiency types of education to eventually get them to be completely self-sufficient. Child care scholarships are provided to low-income families attending Lakewood Head Start, and it allows the parents to remain in the workplace or obtain education while their children are being looked after. Our single-family housing rehabilitation program, for years now we've contracted with Jefferson County Housing Authority to provide low-interest loans and grants to low-income households and homeowners to do necessary improvements for the safety of their home. This year, we are also contracting with the nonprofit Grid Alternatives, and they will do solar installation for low-income families for those homeowners. In addition to the solar installation, this group also provides job training to Lakewood residents as part of the project. Our Code Enforcement Neighborhood Cleanup Project is an annual project where Lakewood's Code Enforcement Division operates within the CDBG target area neighborhoods and provides homeowners with a neighborhood cleanup throughout the year. Our public facility projects include the installation of a new playground equipment at Ritchie Park and pedestrian lighting along the Lamar Street near the Lamar Light Rail Station and along the future sidewalk to be located on the east side of Pierce Street between Colfax Avenue and the Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design to the north. And the CDBG administration program that provides for all costs associated with oversight and management of the CDBG program. So tonight, I request that Council endorse the 2015 to 2019 Consolidated Plan and the 2015 Action Plan. And I also ask that you direct staff to prepare a resolution for the April 13th regular City Council meeting. That's all I have tonight, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have.
Thanks, Amy. So again, our ask tonight is to move this forward for council action via resolution, if I remember right, at the next meeting. All right, questions, Councilor Wickman.
That administration portion, how much of a percentage of the whole program does that administration constitute?
Just under 20%, which is the cap for the Community Development Block Grant. There's a 20% cap to the annual grant allocation.
Being a layman, it strikes me a little on the high side. What does that money go for? I know you said in general terms, but I'm just wondering why 20%?
It pays for one full-time salary, one part-time salary, and then all other costs associated with managing the program.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All right. Cindy, I thought I saw you reaching for a button. Now it's turned it off again. Up to you.
No real questions. Just thank you again, Amy, for you've been all my years on council. I think you've been the person I've worked with on the CDBG block grant and the consolidated plan, and so I appreciate all the detail and that you pay attention to what's going on in the neighborhood. You're involved with all the various activities, and there's many of them listed throughout this report. And I just would agree that we need to move this on. This is vital to our community and parts of our city that are underserved and continue to need attention. And I'm glad that we'll be able to give it to them through the Community Development Block Grant. So let's push it forward.
Agreed. Amy, how does the total federal allocation of $880,000 this year compare to last year, year before? General trend is down, not up.
General trend is down. Last year, I believe we received slightly less. Actually, I want to say we received 870.
Yeah, it was in the 870s. Yeah.
So we're about level with last year.
Okay. Councilor Paul.
Thank you. Thanks for your presentation. Quick question on the neighborhood cleanups. So we have a few of these throughout the year, and are some funded through general fund, and then some specific ones are funded through the Community Development Block Grant. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And then just to follow up to Councilor Wickman's for the administration, so your salary is totally funded through the grant program?
That's correct.
Okay. And you're in a part-time?
And a part-time as well.
And other costs.
And yes, other cost.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. See no more questions. Is there consensus on council to move this forward for action via resolution at the next available meeting? All right. Very good. Thank you. And again, for those of you who weren't with us at the start of the meeting, item 5, the discussion of the marijuana home grow and caregivers has been postponed due to the illness of our city attorney. We'll figure out a time to reschedule that when he gets back in the office. All right, on to reports. I guess I really don't have anything. Councilor Paul?
Oh, we were able to go kick off and cut the ribbon on the Field of Dreams on Friday. And quite a few council members were there, and it was a great event to showcase a new community amenity. So thanks to many who made that possible.
Karen?
No report.
Councilor Roybal?
No report.
Councilor Barraway?
No report.
Councilor Coop? Councilor Quinn?
No report.
You a Wisconsin fan?
On Wisconsin. Go Badgers.
Councilor Wickman?
Just a reminder, we have our Ward 4 Town Hall meeting this Saturday, 9:30 at the Green Mountain Presbyterian Church there at Mississippi and Ohio.
Councilor Johnson?
Thank you. Ward 1 will be having our ward meeting the third Saturday. We'll be back to St. Paul's Episcopal at 10th and Garrison. And this time we're going to have a very nice young woman come. Her name is Denise Allerman. She has developed a support system, a support group for parents whose teens are troubled. You know, this time of year, not all parents are helping their kids prepare for prom or going to baseball games. And it should be interesting. I appreciate if you'd like to attend. Thank you.
Thank you. Michelle, anything? Gary? No? Greg? No?
No.
Ms. Hodson? All right. Thank you. We are adjourned at 7:37.